Let's look at the S&P 500 and why you might not be performing as well. So I want to go into details on where we are. That's where it is in terms of performance. If you take the bottom from 2022 all the way to now, that's nearly up 100% from the low of the market. Okay, you're not going to time it so perfectly, but you might notice something with this chart, that there are these periodic falls, what I call baby, mummy, and daddy bears. The baby bears are where basically the price is falling, but the monthly MACD is not. Okay, and the monthly MACD is the dotted line in green. It is a measure of short and medium term average prices. Prices tell a truth that narratives and stories don't. What prices do is tell you what people are actually willing to pay for something. That's why we have things like auctions, where you actually have to make the payment that you've said you're going to do, as opposed to just, what do you think this is worth, mate? Okay, so that's why we don't particularly like narratives. We actually like what people say they're going to do. And if you look at the S&P 500, what you can see when you're looking at this MACD is you've got these mummy bears where the MACD is falling here. Okay. You've got them where the MACD is falling there and then crosses below its own blue line or its own moving average, which is a more significant fall, but can have a sharp V-shaped recovery. And you've got the ones which happened in 2022, where we had to hold cash, where it's a deep U-shaped recovery and it takes a long time, which is why a lot of people's pensions got screwed. Basically, they were waiting 2 years and got a 0% return because fund managers won't go into cash. They can't go into cash. And so you have to sit through and hold that. Whereas those who belatedly, of course, exited around that time frame and then waited until it started rising again around there, missed the bulk of those falls. By the way, the bulk of those falls being about a 20% drop. But what it meant is that by avoiding those falls, they were able then, when this was rising, to get back in and, of course, have dry powder. So that's why daddy bears are particularly important, and we've got to watch out for them, though they could be shallow like they are there. What's the bottom line of what's happening at the moment with the markets and where we are? Well, it turned out to be or looks like it's going to be a very shallow daddy bear, a V-shaped recovery, very similar to this one. Now, statistically, they happen more often anyway than the long U-shaped one. So there's no reason to necessarily panic into an exit. Those wanting to be more proactive would, as soon as they see a mummy bear, start exiting. Remember that rule, or not exiting all, but trimming down their positions. Those who are more passive would take the risk of a deep U-shaped recovery and do nothing and just sit through it and expect it hopefully to be V-shaped. Okay, so you've got that sliding scale, proactive all the way up to buy and hold. Warren Buffett is at the buy and hold. The proactive, the hedge fund managers, maybe a Jim Simons, would say, right, getting the hell out at the first sign of this even dropping a little bit. Okay, so he'd look to get out around here. Okay, and he'd look to get back in as soon as this starts rising, which would be around there. Whereas Warren Buffett would say, no, you just sit through it. Okay, all depends on your own particular risk profile and what you've got the time and capabilities of doing. So, as I say, where are we at the moment? What is the most likely scenario? Well, let's just have a look at what this long-term average looks like. And I say long-term since 2022, since the era of AI, etc. If you were to draw this through there as the angle of inclination, the angle of growth, perhaps. Alternatively, if you were to say, let me just get rid of that one. If you were to say instead that you've got something which roughly approaches, this kind of band that it trades within. Either way, we could project for the S&P something like, and maybe also for your pension in the next 6 months, on the bullish case. Let's do bullish, bear, and base case, and let's extend it even further. You might say 16% in the bullish case on the S&P to the upside for your pension, and that's if it's mimicking the S&P, or over 12 months, 25%. You would make a base case, which would be about here, of about 14% over, 12% over the year, and over 6 months around 5%, and a bear case of about minus 4% in 6 months, and about 4%, 3% up in about a year. That is they're your cases, okay? And that's one particular way. Now, we're not going to try and gamble on which one of those is going to come out right. It's probably going to move somewhere within the region of that. And by the way, if you want to know the distance, the current distance from where we are to the bottom, which is about 12%, obviously as time passes, that decreases, and therefore the worst case scenarios decrease. If I remove some of these, I want to show you something else, which is actually something which I think is quite important. So again, relevant for your pension if it's tracking to whatever extent it's tracking the S&P. Is from peak to trough. This is giving us really about a 10% drop, and that decreases as time goes on, because obviously as time goes on, companies generate more profits. Those profits then go sit on the balance sheet, which means the balance sheet looks cheaper. The profitability makes the company looks cheaper as well. And the more information we get, the more confident we are in those investments in any event. But anyway, that's the S&P 500 analysis that I wanted to give you for now. And look, go to, if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, go to alpeshpatel.com/links as well. And if your pension's not been doing some of those numbers that we've mentioned over there, then it's time to give us a call as well.